So, forgive me if I'm panting. It's been long I played on the stage, but I record almost every day. So the idea of stirred waters. Remember the man by the pool of Bethesda? And he has been there for 38 years, I believe. And the reason why he has not been healed is because he's not the first to jump into the stirred waters. And the idea is that the water stirs once a year, I think, or occasionally, but it's not something that happens every time. So it's all about who can envision and position themselves right, and once the water is stirring, jump into it. That is a very complicated way to say somebody that understands times and seasons. And Apostle is one of them by the help of the Holy Spirit. And the reason why people like that trailblaze is because they probably have information to something that every other person don't. They have an idea about something that is about to happen that every other person don't. For example, CCI blew up in quotes in 2020 because the most Googled word in 2020 was the new normal. And that was the theme of the year. How did Pastor know? Do you understand? And there's a life lesson there, which is people that tend to do great things, they are people that know how to study what has happened by the help of God, study what has happened, and iterate the possibility of it happening again. I'm going somewhere. I was in this town when Bitcoin came. I was in this Akure. Some of my mates bought 1 Bitcoin. There's one of my mates that bought 1 Bitcoin. I don't know where he is in the world, right? It can be anywhere he wants to be in the whole world. He bought 1 Bitcoin then. He bought a few more, but he was telling us about it. But we were not like Pastor. We didn't understand that the waters are about to be stirred. There are some things you want to venture into now that you are too late. So you need to understand how to recognize the early beginnings of great things. You need to know how to recognize the signs you will see in somebody that is supposed to be great, that is supposed to be the friend of that person now. You need to be able to recognize the artists, the church, the people you should relate with, the circle you should be in that has potential to be great. We are very familiar with kinetic energy that is moving. We are so very familiar with something that has physical activity. But potential energy is energy too. And there's a way to recognize it. I'm saying that because I want to tell you how I got to the little height I've gone to. I felt that it is demeaning for somebody as loaded as I am to be working a 9 to 5. So, this was what happened. We listened 2013. I went to Abuja. I was in 300 level. I went to Abuja. Thank you, babe. Thank you so much. If you reach your turn, no call on babe now. 2013, I was in Abuja. ASU was on strike for 6 months. I was in Abuja. So I was working in one company in Jabi. If you know Abuja very well, raise up your hand. I'm about to say something that you will open your mouth like this. Bros, you try. My company was working in Jabi, the Digital Bridge Institute. I have to be there by 8 a.m. I was living in Kurudu. Do you know where Kurudu is? You know Maraba? When you get to Maraba, you will now take another 30 minutes cab to get to Kurudu. That's how I was living. The church I was playing for, that they were paying me 15,000 per month, was in Guanimpa. So what I would do is, on Saturday, when I come to church for the Azar, I will cuckoo sleep inside church. So I was like, this is not my life. I can't be at the mercy of a church salary. And I cannot be at the mercy of 9 to 5. Kole work. So I know it's a statement of laziness for some people, but for me, it was a statement of fact. So how will I survive? So I started thinking that, won't there be a possibility that I will have a skill, or even what I already know how to do, which is drumming, we get to a point where I can sit there in one place and deliver all over the world. And I was thinking in that light. I was like, there must be something. Somebody brought a website, freelancers.com. I mean, OGs we know freelancers.com. OGs no dey here. On that site, now only web design. I say, no, this one will be my own. Who they deliver music online? So I joined a freelancing site in 2018. When I was there, I was the only Nigerian drummer on Fiverr. I was the only one. Only one. Waiting push me reach that place. Stared. The lowest price you can charge is $5. So I was charging $5. I was, of course, lowest hanging fruit, right? So I was working in the studio in Ilorin then. And I would pack the entire drums, set it up, mic it on my personal studio live that time that they had in that studio to record for a $5 gig. You know, and I was doing that consistently. Do you know what was pushing me? By now, I'm going to my next point. It's not just recognizing waters that can stir, right? It's also knowing that there's a possibility even when there's a delay. Do you understand? So I was doing that consistently, and what gave me possibility was that I would go on that Fiverr, I will see different Oyimbos with 2,000 reviews, 1,000 reviews, and I'll be like, if them be human being, I be human being, them be drummer, I be drummer. On this platform, I will have that kind of review also. And I kept at it. Don't forget, I'm the only Nigerian, so it was hard to get gigs. Because once they message me and they be like, well, those Oyimbos, they know they read those ones, those particular ones. They know they read, they won't even read the entire thing. I like the way your drum sounds. Where are you from? Once you say Nigeria, they will not respond again. It was terrible, but I did not stop. One of my friends is probably here right now. So if you are here, I won't mention anybody, you know yourself. If you are here, I'm forgiving you and we are forgiving ourselves. He told me that Nigerian account, no, they move, I was like, no, sir, I will make a mark in this thing. Long story short, the rest is history. Do you understand? Do you know what happened? 2020, everybody went to Fiverr. Because now, the studios were not working. So every studio in America came to Fiverr. Guess who was waiting for them? Yours faithfully. Yours faithful. I was there. The work was so heavy, I started begging my friends, join this thing. I don't even forget. Now everybody, when they join now, it's not too late for many people. The water don't stir, pass. But another water is stirring at the moment. And I may not be able to say that this is exactly the kind of thing that is about to happen that will change our industry very soon. But because sometimes some of these things look like threats. You know what I'm talking about. All of you know the elephant in the room. Somebody said it's not artificial intelligence, it's alien intelligence. Anyhow, it looks like a threat. But I see a water that is about, if you know, you know. Do well with that information, what you would. You can save, because then too, when we were on Fiverr, I was telling my friends to join, and they were like, Nigerian accounts, no, they work. Some of them were like, oh, the money is too much. How can I be working for $5 gigs? Of course, I don't work for $5 gigs anymore. Do you get? If nobody sells a vision to you, sell a vision to yourself. Look at yourself in the mirror and say, Itunu, this you that I'm looking at in the mirror is the worst you that can ever be. So, how do we transition this you I'm looking in the mirror to the you that is to come? Do I need to change my circle of friends? Do I need to change the kind of conversations I have? Do I need to change what I feed my mind with? How do I know, for example, that AI is a steering water? Because I study it. I read about it. Many of you are saying it's a threat. I mean, one of my brothers, Kid, Mr. Producer, maybe some of you have seen his trending video, where he carried one popular song, put it on AI, and the AI artist was just running riffs and raw. Okay. Let me tell you. Sure, you will not stop recording because I want to give you people a secret. Let me tell you why AI is a steering water in the music industry. When music first started, what was it used for? If you are a student of music history here, you will agree with me that music primarily was first used as a means of communication. Go in our villages and other stuff use drum beats to determine if there is war coming or if there is peace. You understand? In Asia, in China, they use cymbals to determine, different gongs with different timbres to explain. It's a means of communication. Do you understand? Also, it's a means of building community. What AI cannot do is what is going to set human beings to be different. AI does not have its own message. Abi? Number one. Number two, AI does not have the ability to set up a community of human beings. The drum solo I did, which AI won't come play on? But AI can put it on Spotify, can do all those things. The power that AI is doing is that it's pushing us back to have a one thing that technology cannot really deliver on phone. So community building. If you're an artist here, if you're an artist here, build a strong community, build a cult-like community. That when you say, I want to do program in Abidjan, if it's only 50 people, just keep doing it. AI can never replace that. And guess what? It will become very valuable that people will be able to pay anything for it because they know that the only way they can get this is to be there. Maybe you don't know that in the past 3 months, only 30% of music uploaded on Spotify was done by human beings. 70% was artificially generated. Human beings with their insatiable nature will get tired of that. They will look for community back. If you get it, if you don't get it, forget about it. Is that not a stirring water? It may take a while. It may take a while. Of course. It will even take a while. You see that dopamine rush that people are having when they go on Suno and they, sorry, please bleep out Suno. They are not paying me for this. When they go on Suno and they type a prompt and it gives them something close to what they have in mind, it's just a dopamine rush, right? It doesn't get to the soul. It doesn't. Many of us that provide services, producers here, where are you? You want to tell me that people have not sent you AI-generated music and told you to recreate it? That happens to me almost every week, Egbon. Every single time. This thing, no, they don't. It's sounding good, though, but co-reach soul. Because the human being will always not be satisfied until something touches their soul. And only a soul can communicate with a soul. Do you understand? So the best thing you can do for yourself is build a community and keep building it. And it's not just music you used to build a community. Let them know you. Let them know your enemies. Have common enemies. I think I'm saying too much because... Have common enemies. Do you understand? Some of you thought I was attacking Pastor, but I was actually yabbing you. If you go and listen to that video again, some of those videos, you will discover that, say, now you are the yab, not be the pastors. But it made it look as if you have a common enemy. Me, enemy with pastor. Possible now. Do you understand? Just build a community. And develop skill in live performances. Because AI will take forever to be able to achieve that. All right? I'm just telling you that it may look like a threat, but it's a stirring water. Do you understand? And maybe you don't know much about what I've done, and you'll be asking, who is giving this guy authority to talk about things like this? I may not have so much authority to talk about it, but I have done a little to understand that what we have, what God has placed in every single one of you that are musicians here, has the power to change your life. Has the power to change not just your life, but to change your world. I hope I helped you. And Emmanuel, I don't know if anybody has questions they've always wanted to ask me.